All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, January 8th. Did I say Chanual? We're going to roll with it. Welcome back to the Chanual. It's January 8th. We got 6 games on the NBA board tonight. As always, I'll take you through each and every game. I'll give you what I'm thinking, give you where my head's at, give you my lean, but keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where my final plays will be, what I'm actually going to be playing tonight. If you want to ride because you're a genius, if you want to fade because I'm a dummy, you guys let me know in the comments down below, but keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where my final plays will be. Last night we went 2-1. The Sixers covered for us. The Bulls covered for us. The Bulls back in our good graces. If you guys watch every day, you know we were kind of on the outs with the Bulls for a little bit, but Bulls back in our good graces. And then the only loss that we had was the Thunder. And I saw comments, multiple comments, yesterday's video being like, "You're a dummy for picking the Thunder. What an idiot for picking the Thunder." It's like, okay, are you going to give me my credit for the 2 games that we won, meaning we won more than we lost yesterday? I don't know. Some of you guys in the comments are absolute lunatics, but love you anyways. But we're going to jump into today's slate here. But before we do, I got to give the shout out of the day. Shout out to Darwin over here. He had the Bulls -6, Lakers -3. The only one that didn't come through from Nets -4.5, and then Sixers and Raptors money line. Yesterday's hashtag of the day was #grind. If you guys don't know what the hashtag of the day is, that is how you can get shouted out in tomorrow's video, but I'll keep that hashtag and tell you guys at the end of this video. It changes every single day, so keep an eye on that and watch till the end of the video to get today's hashtag of the day. But shout out to Darwin, a pretty good night from there, 4-1. We would take that any night. I mean, some people in the comment section here would be like, "Oh, but you're a dummy, Darwin, for taking the Nets -4.5. Completely disregarding that you had 4 other wins there, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, any comment, hate comment, love comments, anything like that, I appreciate someone watching the video and taking the time out of their day to, interact. So shout out to Darwin here, and stay tuned to the end of the video for today's hashtag of the day. And guys, I never really ask you to do this too much, but if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. If you're not new here, make sure you're liking the video. It does a lot. We're reaching new people. Constantly with these videos. This is really growing the channel and everything like that, and I can't thank you guys enough. We just did our 5,000 subscriber giveaway like 2 weeks ago. We're less than 200 subscribers away from 6,000 now, so if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, unsubscribe, subscribe again. Maybe YouTube will get tricked. I don't know, and they'll start promoting the videos and whatnot. But yeah, like the video as well, guys. We are grinding here each and every day, and I do appreciate the community we're building. So enough, mushy stuff. I don't want to start blushing out here, but let's get into the picks here. We're starting off with the Clippers hosting the Grizzlies. Here's Clippers getting 2.5 points at home. In terms of injuries, Steven Adams out for the Clippers with COVID. Anderson is downgraded to doubtful. Melton is going to be probable. John Morant now doubtful as well. Desmond Bain questionable. A lot of injuries there. A lot of important injuries on the Grizzlies side of things. And this Grizzlies team has been red hot. They've won 8 or 7 games in a row. It just sucks that they're really beaten and bruised right now. On the Clipper side of things, Paul George still out. We know that. Zubac's going to be questionable. Hartenstein is out, and Luke Kennard is going to be out. This Clippers team, 3 out of the last 4 games, big-time L's. Whichever one looks like an L to you guys. But I don't think that I can necessarily lean Grizzlies here if they don't have a John Morant, if they don't have Desmond Bain and, Anderson. I think that there's a lot of guys on this Grizzlies injury report that we got to keep an eye on. If John Morant plays, I think we lean that Grizzlies number 2.5. I think that's a really, really fair number. But if not, this is probably a stay away game for me. Like, this is one where, a lot of, both teams are going to have a lot of guys injured. If everyone that I said is questionable on the Memphis side of things, maybe you could say, okay, well then guess what? The Clippers will have the top end talent. They'll at least have Reggie Jackson. They can get some buckets there. So I wouldn't be able to talk you off the Clippers. I just think this is a monitor the injury report type game, and it's Clippers or nothing for me, but it really depends on the injury report. So there we go. Perfect example. Keep an eye on the pinned comment. Next up, we have the Hornets hosting the Bucks here. Hornets favorites at home, -1.5. Brook Lopez still out. George Hill questionable. Holiday questionable. Connaughton questionable. Grayson Allen is questionable. Milwaukee coming off that back-to-back, a good win over Brooklyn. My lean yesterday was not right about that one, but I didn't feel confident enough to play it, so you can't hate me for it. Charlotte coming off of a big win a couple nights ago against Detroit. I know it's on a back-to-back, and I know that I've really liked the Hornets this year, but if the Bucks are going to have Giannis and Chris Middleton, I know Holiday's out, I know, Grayson Allen and Connaughton are questionable. Well, Holiday's actually questionable too, so he could even play. I like the Bucks here. I think you're getting a really, really good value at getting them as underdogs. against the Hornets here. This Hornets team is a really good at home against the spread team. They're 12-3 against the spread, but the Bucks have a positive record against the spread when they're away, so I wouldn't put too much weight into that. But I want to keep an eye on this line because something's fishy to me here. Those guys are just questionable, and all of a sudden it's like, well, Giannis is playing and all this, and we're seeing the Bucks as underdogs. So I want to keep an eye on this line, but as of right now, if everything that I have in front of me is 100% accurate, I still like the Bucks here. I know they're on a back-to-back. I know they're on a tough back-to-back too. But I lean Bucks here. I think that they can win this game, and they're underdogs. So if you can get that value, I think I'm going to pull the trigger if I can. All right, and now we have a psycho game alert. You guys know we don't use the psycho game alert verbiage, you know, the claim, the tag too often, but the Pistons are playing the Magic tonight. The Pistons are 2.5-point favorites over the Magic. These two teams in their last 20 games or 10 games combined, right? So each of them played 10 games, 20 games total. They have 5 wins. 5 wins. So they are, 5-15 combined in their last 20 games. The last time these two teams played was earlier this year, and the Detroit Pistons beat them 110-103. It was a bloodbath, but in terms of injuries, a lot of guys questionable, a lot of guys injured for Magic here. Wendell Carter Jr. questionable. Cole Anthony now questionable. Isaac's still going to be out. Robin Lopez downgraded to out here. Suggs is still out with that thumb. For Detroit, few of the same guys still out here. We have Grant out, Kelly Olynyk out, Caleb Joseph upgraded to probable now. This is psycho game alert, guys. Psycho game alert. Psycho game alert. I will say this. I'll just lean Magic. Give me the points. It's only 2.5 points here, but give me the points. This Magic team has actually, for whatever reason, every time we seem to take them, they cover for us. This is not enough points. Like, usually we're taking them in amazing spots, but this is a psycho game alert. So please let me know in the comments down below if you have a play on this psycho game. And by letting me know that you have a play on this psycho game, I will let you know you are also admitting to me that you are a psycho. But I don't have the biggest read on this game, so please let me know in the comments down below if you do have it. But hey, I told you I might lean Orlando. We've had a good track record with Orlando. This could be the first time that I call you guys psychos for having a play on this game, and you could check the pinned comment, and I might be a psycho. But, it's really based on not too much. It's based on the Magic. I think maybe are just a fraction better than the Pistons in my brain. Next up, we have the Pacers getting 2.5 points at home against the Jazz here. Jazz have had a lot of guys injured here. Let's keep an update on that. We have Mike Conley questionable, Gay questionable, Rudy Gobert is up downgraded to doubtful, Clarkson's questionable, Bogdanovich questionable, Ingles questionable, Donovan Mitchell is questionable. So I would say everyone keep an eye on this injury report because that is pretty much everyone the Jazz need to win a game. Keep an eye on that. They didn't have him against Toronto, and they got beat pretty badly. On the Indiana side of things, we have Lamb is questionable, and Duarte is questionable. Brogdon's questionable. LeVert downgraded to out, and a few other notable injuries, or a few not any more notable injuries there. If everyone plays for the Jazz, I think this is obviously an easy one. It's very similar to that Grizzlies. You have a 2.5 spread right now, which would tell me a lot of those guys that are questionable aren't playing. But if some of them play or one of them plays or if Mitchell plays, that type of thing, I think I'm all over the Jazz here. If no one plays, I probably stay away from this game. I don't want to force this game because it's too gut reactionary of me to be like, oh, well, if no one plays for the Jazz, I'm going to lean the Pacers. And this Jazz team obviously being on that back-to-back, if no one plays, everything like that, it's a little hazy to me, but I can't go and lean towards a Pacers team that is 2-8 in their last 10 games, really. I mean, they've covered 3 out of the last 4 games. So I don't want to, rag on the Pacers too much, but to me, they're just not playing good basketball. So I'm going to stay away from this game if the Jazz have nobody there. Next up, we have my Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks, which was a disappointing loss, a very disappointing loss. I guess in a dramatic fashion, going overtime. A former Celtic, pushing a game to overtime and everything like that. It was tough, all right. But the Celtics here are 7-point favorites at home over the Knicks. That is a huge number to me. But I will say I'll lean the Celtics. And hey, guys, I always tell you, all right. I'm biased if I'm betting on the Celtics. You should know that by now. Look at all the stuff around me, everything. I'm biased if I'm betting on the Celtics, but I do lean the Celtics here. I think that, they don't drop 2 games to this Knicks team. Kemba Walker's going to be out. Evan Fournier is questionable, who was pretty crucial in that first game, and Nerlens well is questionable, and no major injuries for the Celtics here. The Celtics have just lost 2 games in a row in pretty stunning fashion. So I think that somehow, some way, they have to bounce back from this. So I don't know if I take this game because I seem to be the kiss of death when I bet the Celtics. But I will say, I do lean the Celtics here. That 7 points is a little alarming. If I could buy it down and kill the odds to 5.5, I'd feel a lot better, but I do lean Celtics. All right, last game of the night, we have the Suns hosting the Heat here. Suns 8.5 point favorites. In terms of injuries, a lot to go through for Miami here, a lot of crucial ones. Bam Adebayo has been out for 4 to 6 weeks, at least on my injury report, for at least 12 weeks, so I don't know what's going on there. Jimmy Butler's going to be questionable. Morris still out with the neck. Udonis Haslem is out, as if that matters. For Phoenix, Jay Crowder upgraded to Pro Bowl now. DeAndre Ayton upgraded to Pro Bowl. He has been out for a while. And Landry Shamet is questionable here. I like the Suns number here, 8.5. I think that the Suns team is much better than the Heat, and they're at home right now. So I'm going to lean Suns. 8.5, I think, is a very fair number. If you really want to get a little bit more comfortable, buy a point or something, because that sort of 7.5 to 8.5/9 range, to me, I don't know why, is such a massive gap. I don't know why. You tell me 7.5 win this game by 8 versus win this game by 9 or 10. For whatever reason, it seems a lot. So if you want to get a little bit more comfortable, maybe I will too. I think that might be a smart move. I lean there, Suns minus 8.5. But all right, that's gonna do it. It's gonna wrap it up for the predictions portion of this video, guys. Let's jump into the hashtag of the day. And again, before I even flash the hashtag up, all you got to do is use this hashtag in the comments. Give me your locks. Give me your plays. What are you guys riding with tonight? Who knows? Maybe I'll reply and say, you know what? I'm jumping on that with you. Let me know in the comments down below with the hashtag of the day. And if you have a positive night, just like our shout out today, going 4-1. If you have a positive night, a winning night, you guys have the same chance to be shouted out in tomorrow's video as someone that went 10-0. All right? All you got to do is win. It's about pointing Vegas to death, right? No one is knocking Vegas out. We're pointing them to death. So you might have some knockout blows, knockout nights, but, everyone, if you have a winning night, I respect it all the same. So make sure to use hashtag lock in the comments down below and give me your locks. Give me your plays. What are you guys riding with tonight? If you have a positive night, if you have a winning night, if you make some cha-ching, if your pockets get a little bit heavier, you guys have a chance to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, at the start of the video. I love that we kind of changed it up. It used to go all the way until the end here, and, I felt like, no, let's give the people what they want. I'm a man of the people out here. Let's show you guys out right away, and that's what we've started doing. So, guys, hashtag lock in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make some bread tonight. Make some bread tonight. It's the weekend. But until then, guys, peace out.